company as well as the economy as a whole. Similarly, you are also oriented about the digital disruption and our role to contribute to faces the challenges and the risks of the corporate to achieve its ultimate goal. Keeping this reality, corporate reality,
the young members so that they can perform as a leader in finance professionals in their respective organizations and thereby contributing to the nation. We know that the global economy is passing through fourth industrial revolution, which requires we as professionals be engaged and developed in activity which is led by technology. Understanding the importance of technology for finance professionals, we have designed this leadership program. For last 3 days, we have done our team building activities. You have seen that we are going to Pattaya to have some team building activities. And yesterday we had our river cruise at Bangkok on Chai Phraya River to go through another team building activity. All of these has been designed so that as a professional, unitedly, we can contribute to the economy. Not only that, we also want to lead the professional area of our country as a professional body. As you know, that the DBC redefined its, DBC in fact, redefined its vision that we want to grow as the best professional body in the country with a global standard. And in doing so, we realize the importance of continuous professional development. I will not take much time as we have our resource persons who will take you through the 4-hour-long course today. And that course is divided into 2 parts. In the first part, there will be experience sharing. Experience in the practical field, in the finance professionals, amidst the digital disruption. And in the second part, there will be team building activity again through leadership process. We'll work together in groups and that will help us to perform in group settings so that we can grow ourselves as leaders. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us and inshallah hope you will enjoy the session.
I graduated from AIT, so I am Dr. Mahmood's fellow alumni. And he contacted me. Yeah, he asked me to conduct the training for the CFOs and also the financial professions from Bangladesh. 130 plus people. Yeah, I said, wow, such a big group. Yeah, and he only gave me, very, very big group. Yeah, and he only gave me like 4 hours. So I had to, work with him, back and forth, and then we came up with the solution that, central department stores and other things. Have you been to central department stores? I think it is like one of the best department stores in Thailand. Yeah, everything you want in the world is there. So don't forget to get something from there. But anyway, they have a lot more. Not only the department store, they have a lot more. And she would let you know what are the things, and what are the challenges that they are looking at. Okay, so I will not waste your time. I think we will start the session, and I give it back to Dr. Mahmood.
That our
we come to the right topic here. And when I got invited to talk about this topic, there are a lot of information coming to my mind, coming to my brain. It's not only to reflect what we have in Central Group here, but there are a lot of things that we would like to learn from the global, especially from you as well, the financial experience. Because a lot of things that we're going to do now is not only to disrupt, only in Thailand, but anything that we do now is going to disrupt the whole, the whole world in your country and my country as well. So very glad to be here, and I hope that from now I have around 1 hour and some time to really share with you what I have about how to tackle with this digital disruption era from leadership point of view. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience. How come I can share with you with this story? Because I have worked with a lot of executives in Central Group. I have to say Central Group is the biggest, as you say, the conglomerate, all retail business, the biggest one, including a lot of business under us, Central Department Store, Robinson Department Store, powered by Centara Hotels, Super Sport, B2S, a lot of things about stationery and everything online that we sell so far. So let me tell you for that later. So when I work with executives from this company, in total we have the staff around 80,000, including Thailand and Vietnam. We have another hub in Vietnam as well. The business in Vietnam are growing very fast. Unbelievable that we have the management workshop and meeting this early this year. They show the number of the revenue growth in Vietnam. Can you guess how many percent? Just only the last 3 years. How many percent in Vietnam that we invest and start the business? 100?
500.
500, wow. Actually 340. 340%, the revenue growth in Vietnam. That's amazing. And that's something that we have to do more. And that starts from retail, including the online platform that we have over there. Okay. And when we work with the executive, they always share, where we are now, which direction we are going to, and how we're going to go there. But when we talk about digital disruption, I think the important thing is we know where we are. But in order to go where we're going to be, even you, can you tell me, what is the digital, the future leader look like, the future of the business look like? Can you tell me how it looks like? Is something changed all the time? We might think it's going to look like this form. In the next 5 days, in the next 5 years, it changed the form again. That's something that we need to adapt ourselves all the time to be ready what it's going to be. Okay, so our topic here, I will cover all what I prepare. This, I will start from digital disruption awareness in general first, including Thailand. How Thai people understand about this one, and how we get ourselves ready for this. And then I will lead you to the Central Group, our business, where we are and where we're going to in this digital era. And also when we say that we're going to this picture, what is the expectation of the executives? Expectation of the future leader that we would like them to be to help us drive this happen. And the last one, of course, I will share you the best practice that we have in order to drive leadership capacity for the executive level. Okay, I have one activity for you. I would like you to make sure that you have Wi-Fi password in your phone, everyone. Okay? Please log in your phone to have this Wi-Fi username. I hope everyone already, right? You got it already? Okay. Please scan this QR code. You will just enter to one website called Mentimeter. Can you scan? You can use the QR code scanner or the Line application. you. Anyone try already and confirm me that you can access to that website? You don't need the password to get in. When you get to the website, on top, see on top of the phone, they ask you to enter the code, which is 872084. Can you get it? You will see the first question over there. Anyone see the question already? Raise your hand, please. Okay, you see the first question, just stick to that question. If you see the question already, please type the answer to that question. I will show you the answer over here. Type the answer to that question. My question over here is, this one. What does the disruption mean to you? Just one or two answer only. One or two answer. Please type it. Because if you answer already, it will show the answer over here. We saw the answer here. Please send more answer, please. That's nice. You got two. More and more. Because the mass answer here, it will show it's from like a voting system application over here. It shows what is the key answer from everyone in this room. So you understand what is the same picture that you see together, the disruption picture. How scary, what is that word to your mind? Is that positive word or is that negative word? Final round. Stick to this one. Obstacle and hinder. Okay? Obstacle and hinder. Anyone answer obstacle? Raise your hand, please. Okay. I would like to hear your point of view about this. Can you explain to me why do you see the disruption as the obstacle? Is that the microphone? Support, yes.
What do you think? Obstacles mean that what I'm going to do, I'm facing some problems to doing that person. It's obstacles.
It's something like a problem, right? It causes us some difficult time.
Difficult. You're facing the difficulties. To goal and purpose, to reach that goal.
Thank you very much. And how about hinder? Raise your hand. All right, good. Would you like to share with me the point of view about the hinder word? Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yes. Going to implement something that is blind space. So, method was in the tutorial thing. That is, I think the global organization have to have a planning stage to do something. There's a need to do something. There's a main issue to finance preparation.
Okay. Yes. Interesting. Another one over here. Yes. Thank you.
I think here is entered is there is better opportunity than yeah.
So you will see the difference from this explanation and also obstacles. So disruption can be both something threat and something opportunity, right? Interesting. And that's what we think the same thing as well as a disruption over here. But it depends on where we are, what we are doing. If it's something coming to our direction and we think, oh, it really kills what we are doing now, it's our threat. But if it really helps us to do more, to do something else, try something else, that's opportunity. So it depends, right? Okay. Another question? The second one?
Okay. Mr. Anushka, just a second, sir. May I request humbly that could you please put your phone in silent mode? We'll be very glad for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Another question, just quick through. Okay, we know about this situation that we are going through now. Digital disruption, it means something about technology and digital way as well. Something e-payment, e-platform, e-finance, a lot of things coming in. But another question that I'm going to ask you is, what kind of qualification or characteristic of effective leader to help us go through this digital disruption? In each table, can you find out and list out some idea? What is the characteristic of the effective leader to help us, overcome this digital disruption? Okay, let me go through that corner because I can see you from here. I will not ignore you from that corner. Can anyone from that group, representative over there, answer my question? What should be characteristic, please?
Number one, change management. Must be change management. Change management.
Generation.
Oh, change. Okay, change. Okay, thank you very much. And how about over here? Over here, yes, where you're standing, the lady, beautiful lady over there. Anyone over here? Answer please. Qualification or characteristic of the leader? Quick decision making. Because everything coming very fast, change very fast, so have to make a quick decision. This corner please, big lady as well. Flexibility, yes. Have to be flexible. Have you ever heard about the word agile? Agile management for many projects so far. So be flexible. Fail fast, run fast, fail fast. That's a keyword that we're going to talk about after this as well. Okay. Let me come back to my slide. Actually, digital disruption is a transformation, transform from something to another thing. By emerging digital technology and business models, there are a lot of business models that we see is a disruption in this world. If we talk about business model, can you name any business model that totally changed the behavior of the customers? Uber, interesting, very interesting. Uber and Grab in Thailand, very famous as well, Grab taxi. Okay? And impact the value of existing product and service. How about any product disruption? They create this, totally kill the other things. Kodak, lose, right? And then something else coming up, iPhone. iPhone it was innovated without any problem. It just innovated from just the real product itself. It's a true innovation. Because when we talk about the word innovation, sometimes people might start it from something as a problem and fix it and make it better. But iPhone is totally different. So that's the meaning of it. I have one video to share with you.
You've heard the word disruption. You know what that is. And you've heard the word digital. You know what that is too. But put them together, digital disruption, and they add up to much more than the mere sum of their parts. Digital disruption, when properly understood, should terrify you. There are 3 sources of digital power. 1, free digital tools that can rapidly build new products and services. 2, digital platforms which can be exploited by competitors. And 3,
People, customer first. When we focus on the customer, what they really need, what they are looking for, we innovate that kind of thing. And finally, they will come to you. Yeah? Disrupt the disruptor. And of course, the person who was disrupted and they die from the business, it cannot adapt, cannot be flexible enough, is Kodak. No more. Even they try to adapt themselves to be in the printing business, at that time to compete the others, but finally they cannot compete the communication, new technology in the phone. Just one more thing, one more time, to really make sure that you understand the difference of this one. We talk about a lot of innovation and a lot of disruption. Is this the same or different? Okay, you think it's the same? Raise your hand, please. Innovation and disruption. It looks like the same, yes? Totally different. Raise your hand, please. How about the others? Not sure. It looks like the same because the original one is come from Harvard Business School in 1990s when the professor mentioned about the word disruptive innovation at that time, and then create with something product, technology and product at that time. But it makes the people like us in this generation confused, about this word. What is exactly mean innovation and disruption? Okay, let me explain you a little bit. Innovation, all companies can have their own innovation, but each innovation doesn't need to be the disruption. It doesn't need to be. Something can be just creating something new with this life. Innovation, doing the same thing can be, but a better quality, better version. And you try to do new things more and more and more and more until you make the old thing obsolete, totally out. That's disruption. So let me ask you a few questions again. When I mentioned about this product or system or process, can you tell me this one is innovation or disruption? Okay. MRI scan with entertainment inside when you get into that tunnel. Is that innovation or disruption?
It's simply innovation. Innovation. Because it
It's
does not...
just innovation, right? Skype?
Innovation.
Innovation. It helps life easier, faster, more comfortable. But it doesn't kill the others. They help the others to develop themselves as well, Skype. How about Facebook?
Pardon? Facebook?
Most answer I hear disruption. Why? Why Facebook turns to be disruption now?
Actually, Facebook communicates people, okay? But where after Facebook, the postal department or postal service become less important to us. Because now we communicate with people through Facebook and other social media. Before that, we communicate to our people through the postal department, like writing
Yeah.
letters and others. That's why Facebook becomes obsolete, the postal department.
Why the others are fading away, right? The same thing with Amazon. They kill a lot of business all along the way. Netflix, in Thailand, the one kind of very high profit benefit before in the last 5 years is the rental DVD. Thai people are so crazy about movie, I have to say. And you know what? The keyword, the top 3 words in Thai population when they search in Google is football, movie, and lottery. And movie is one of the kind of behavior that we like a lot. And the rental store is dead because of Netflix. So this is a part of example. But before we move on, let me tell you, many companies so far, or many organizations so far, they haven't come to this stage yet, innovation. Where are they? They are not in the stage of innovation yet, but where are they? What are we doing now? Some companies are over here, out of the box. They are doing somewhere here, not in this screen yet. And you know what they are doing here? It's not innovation, it's not disruption, but it is competition. And that's what most businesses are doing. They just look at what they are at the current stage. They compete each other. Oh, they have this, they have 10, I have 9, I have to create more to be 10, compete to them. And that's what we are fighting. If we would like to be the leader in the business, we need to make sure that we have direction to come to this stage first before creating to disruption. And how about Central Group, what we are doing now? Because we have many business units under us, some businesses are still competing, how to say. Some are in the stage of innovation. And there is a new latest announcement that we have the joint venture with JD.com. We are the first one in Southeast Asia that have the partnership with JD.com. And that will bring a lot of change happening in Thailand. And now I would like you to come to the awareness of digital disruption and also the Thai people behavior. How are they aware of this digital disruption? This picture is just the latest research data from this year. It shows the attitude towards digital disruption from Thai people. They believe that new technology would offer more opportunity than the risk. 68%. They prefer to complete tasks digitally, online, send email, work with line. You know that one application that is the most favorite one and the kind of top 3 is Facebook, Line application. But in your country, you use Line application for communication? Messenger. What do you use? Messenger. Okay. I see. WhatsApp more as well. But WhatsApp in your country, do they sell products on WhatsApp? No, right? But Line application in Thailand is another competitive tool. And Facebook, you know which country in the world that has the most active Facebook user in the world? The city. Almost there. You almost there. Bangkok is the number one in the world that have 22 million people active Facebook user. Number 2, you are right answer. Number 2 is your city where you are from. Facebook, amazing, right? So it means you can do a lot from that. With that disruption, you need to grab and do something with Facebook. Facebook in Thailand, mostly people use for communicating and also selling online. It's very powerful in Thailand. And Facebook, I have to say, they are another competitor for our business, retail business as well. Because if you really understand the whole concept of Facebook, the whole tools that they have, they are very powerful. And consumer behavior are changing. Instead of going to the shop, they look at the website, they look at the Facebook, look at the video, how they present the product, and they make decisions from that. So that's another new behavior of the customers. This is the profile of Facebook user, and among of the number one in the world, they are very new here. The age is very young, from 18 to 34. 18 to 34. This is the people who just graduate from university, who just have the first salary, and who would love to spend their money a lot from their own start working, and they're willing to pay for their own achievement. So a lot of Facebook users over here can spend a lot of time with retail business over there. One more thing is population. Okay, Thailand population is 69. In Central Group we have one data system. It's very important. Any company who grab the detail and take action with the data, that's a very kind of leading way of the business. You need to learn how to make use from the data. We have one application and one card that a lot of Thai people are using. It's called the one card. Among 69 million people in Thailand, can you guess how many Thai people carrying the one membership? How many Thai people? 14 million. This is our customer data that we can do a lot of things with that. Now, data for us is the most valuable thing to run the retail business, because if you really track the insight of the customer behaviors, you know how to serve them, what kind of product or service or what they really need. And that's what we come to talk about customer focus. Just go through financial inclusion factor. Okay, among the Thai people of 69 million, 78% they has the bank account, but credit card is very low. Very low. They have bank account, but they don't have credit card. Okay. So if you would like to create something like an e-payment platform, this data is very useful to create something. If you would like them to really pay by credit card only, may not work. You need to link a lot of things with the banking system so far. So what we are doing as a central group that we go through, we have pointer. Not sure which one is the pointer from here. We have central department store, like you see Robinson, Central Plaza in Pattaya. I think you've been to Pattaya. Big one is Central Plaza. Super Sport, Power Buy. I have to say that Thailand export a lot of product like TV, or electronic things to India, to Bangladesh quite a lot, including our Power Buy hub as well. Office Mate, we have the first automated store about this stationery and office supplies. We have the store that use the robot to keep all the stocks and everything inside. Thai Wasadu is the construction supplier, and also a lot of food hall, Centara hotels in Thailand and overseas. I would like to share with you, this is very interesting. I share this not because I would like to present about Central Group, but I would like to show you the transformation of leadership. Starting from the founder of Central Group, he's from China, ethnic Chinese. So the way he has the vision at that time, success will come from honesty and hard work to serve the best service and product for our customers. From this concept, Central Group has a very strong family relationship and family business. So from generation to generation, this is how it looks like to run the business, from the father until his own son. He actually has 3 wives and 26 kids at that time, imagine. 3 wives and 26 kids. So each one was split, each business unit to take care as a whole family, Jilatiwat family. If you search for Jilatiwat family, they are the second richest people in Thailand. Okay. So the latest CEO now is Kun Thot over here. I would like to show that their vision is changed or not. Is there anything changed from the way they lead the company? This is all the business that we have. We are the Thailand giant retail conglomerate, and also we have business in Europe and Vietnam. Okay, this is a business in Europe that we have. We take over the whole company by our Thai company. We own this company. So we are the first Asian one who opened this top world-class department store in Italy, in Germany. There are 3 department stores in Germany and also in Denmark. And after 3 to 5 years, the revenue growth is 24% from this business. And Vietnam, we have 61 malls in Vietnam. We have Robin's, Big C, and also Hien Kim that have sell a lot of electric equipment. We have Sente, when we talk about finance, we have Sente e-payment over here. But the e-payment, the e-fintech in Thailand, we are not the first one. But I will tell you details later. So the direction of the latest CEO, Mr. Thot, this one is the foundation of his direction, which is a little bit. The first one, different from the founder, is that honesty and deliver best service to customer, right? From what he say here, you need to identify what kind of behavior of the customer. Right now, they prefer digital lifestyle. So they would like to be a retail leader in lifestyle and service. They would like to expand business and strengthen business by merger and acquisition. Last year, Central Group just announced the new strategy. It was New Central, New Economy. What does it mean by that New Central, New Economy? Because we have to go along in Thailand 4.0, 4.0, Thailand 4.0 to be something, innovative. And our concept is to drive the organization to be more innovative, more collaborative. Because in the past, each family member, they run their own business, they make money, make the profit of their own way. But now we combine everyone together as one Central Group and we grow together. Collaboration is a key word for us now. You drive together and that comes to one core thing that we are thinking is the data of the customer. Data is the most valuable asset for us now. So again, I hope you have the answer for this question. If you would like to be the leader for this digital disruption, which one you're going to focus? Customer first, customer. And customer, it doesn't mean people who come and get your product or service. It's your people as well, employee. Employees are very important to really drive the whole organization. And from where I come from talent management team. In Central Group, the staff are around 80,000 Thailand and Vietnam. The talent that I have to coach, I have to drive, I have to help them develop and lead the business, 1,200 across the business. That's quite a lot. And the key thing is, these people are our hope, are our expectation to really have some characteristic to drive the business in this era. And when they're driving the business, let me explain. This is the direction of the Central Group I'm going. Alliance, as I said, collaboration is very important. What we align is not only align in our own family members. First thing, we work partnership with Dusit Thani Group, which is a big Thai hospitality in Thailand, and develop. We take the whole. Do you know Dusit Thani Hotel on Silom? Anyone knows? By the SkyTrain. It used to be there for 40 years. We just made a new agreement that we're gonna take the whole building, some of the building down, and develop to be the mixed-use project. That's a new one, a new partnership with them. And also Hong Kong Land,
we develop another kind of park in the city center to be another mixed-use project as well. And we work with IKEA in Thailand to develop another business together. Technology, of course, we just had the agreement and partnership joint venture with JD.com. I hope that you know that it's the second one after Alibaba in China. So when they join us, what they can support us, of course, the system and everything, behind the platform, they can support us a lot. And what do we have? We have a lot of products and services to plug in the system. And what else are they going to do? They're going to support the e-finance, e-logistics. And that's going to be a big change. You know, the number one e-payment or fintech company in Thailand is True Money. True Money is the biggest fintech in Thailand. How about their customers, the active user in the True Money system? You can find it at every 7-Eleven because the original is, the owner is CP company. Work with Ant Financial, they are part of Alibaba. So they go together, work together, name Ascent Company and develop this True Money. The user number is 7 million people. Thai population 69, they have 7 million. But if you remember what I said, how many data of customer that Central Group have? 40, much more than True Money. But what happened? We have much more customer than True Money, which is the number one in fintech. Because Central Group, we don't have the fintech like that yet, not yet. See, they grow further, faster to grab this innovation faster. But it doesn't mean that we don't do anything. But after we have the joint venture with JD, and that's the direction that we are creating. People, okay, important thing is you need to identify the competency of your people. To this digital disruption, what should be the core competency of your leadership? Do you have that yet? Do you have that in hand? Do you implement it, execute it, and really access how it works? That's important. And the last one is community. Central Group is different from many companies in Thailand that they normally look for something like CSR to support the community. But for Central Group, we changed the term to be CSV, creating shared value. So instead of giving one time, we building the education, we building awareness of the technology, awareness of survival of the business to local people. We go there to each locality and we train them, educate them, and welcome their product to our stores. That's how we raise up the quality of Thai people as a Thailand 4.0 together. And one more thing that Thai people are going to be very happy next year with the JD.com partnership. There's amazing thing about it is they welcome Thai SMEs and Thai products that have the good quality to send product to the JD.com, JD Central. So that's a big change for Thailand as well. So I hope that in the future we will have a lot of things to share with you more. This. Now I just mentioned about the competency of the leadership. Before we go for the competency that Central Group are using, I would like to refer to this one institute, which is a world class, and we use them as our assessment center for leaders. For leaders in the level of executive vice president, very high, to the CEO level, to the president level, we use this institute to come and do the assessment center for this level. For this group of the top leaders, in order to shape them or to check that they are ready for the future or not, we started from something like 360 assessment And then we have coaching, mentoring, and our style of coaching in Central Group is there's something new, there's something different as well. So from this report of Global Leadership Forecast this year, let me show with you the fact that they find out. They said 40% of the CEOs said that the leadership talent can help execute their strategy. Only 14%. How about the others? Are they sure about the quality of their own talents, or they're not sure, or maybe they don't have talents to help? Think about it. Think about your own company as well. Do you have enough talents to help drive this change? So in order to have effective leadership strategy, you need to make sure you have these four first. Success, competency defined. What does the future leader look like? Do you have that picture yet? What is his behavior, quality of work, how he lead the team, the way he lead the team? There are a lot of training and development so far. I've been in this business for a long time. A lot of programs that we use, some program, it doesn't work anymore, I have to say, it doesn't work. There are a lot of details of leadership programs that it works for some level, but for the top level, we need something change, we need something new. Forecast demand and supply of leadership. Do you have succession plan? That's important. How about yourself? Do you have your own successor? Look back to my team, my company, who should be my successor. Sometimes it's difficult to define. In order to define the successor, it doesn't mean he has to be exactly like you. He can be something like you with some competency that you can ask that person to have in the future. Alignment of strategy with skills and mindset. When you create a competency set already, one challenge in many companies is, we would like to drive people with innovative design thinking. Come on, apply design thinking in our work. Welcome a lot of new ideas from new generation. Problem is, how about the top management? Do they really open to welcome innovative culture? Because we build the staff to create something new, but finally, it's stuck to the decision of the top management. Central Group is different. We change this strategy. And then you need to have the measurable business impact activity. Whatever you do, you need to make sure it returns something back to business and to your people. This is the top 10 challenge for CEO. Is that the challenge for you too? The same, right? Developing next generation leaders. Next generation, the millennials. Because I work with young generation until the top executive management, I can see the difference, the point of view, how they grab the things and how they make decisions. I just interviewed the young generation who graduate master degree to be in our management associate program. Master degree graduates, when they talk about business case, they have some new idea to overcome with some strategy, totally different from ideas of executive, because they have one character. They dare to take risk. They dare to take risk. They don't have a lot of experience, much as a top executive, to really think, okay, process by process, this work, this doesn't work. It doesn't go through that process long. They learn, they agile, they would like to adapt. If it fails, I will find another solution. Always with solution. This is a new generation. Right? And this is a challenge, another challenge, failure to attract top talent. Attract people to join you. This is another thing. And that's a part of Central we are doing as well. Both young and top executive level to attract. Let me go through this. Okay. Key digital era leadership capability. This is a keyword that they interview over 10,000 CEO and top executive level, what they're looking for in their leaders. Key 5 business drivers are over here, and that's the competency set. I would like to really think back to your organization a little bit. For each competency, for example, the first one, digital literacy, how ready you are, how strong, how weak we are now. Even myself, when I look at each one, some area, I feel I'm weak. I don't experience much about digital way. For example, there are a lot of things we have to adapt and develop ourselves. Okay. So the first one, drive digital technology with the business strategy. This is important. Second one, navigate. You need to observe, navigate the complex digital landscape. Navigate who can be the talent to join our company. And the third one, connect people and possibility. The fourth one, relate to others. Relate others in a human level. The last one, think differently. From this one, let me go through this. They show the impact of the digital to your business. The key one is the second one, with the stars. Driving execution is something you cannot only dream, you cannot only think, you need to know how to do it. Right? And hyper collaboration, as I mentioned, collaborative, work together, partnership is very important for the data value. And next one is developing future talents and 360 thinking. Thank you very much. In order to go fast, okay, this is how central thing to build to have our future is simple, very simple. First step, before you lead the others, you need to be digital first. How to be digital first? When I attend and conduct one workshop with executive level of one business that they're doing selling online. And I ask everyone, how many of you try buying online already, even your own application? Not everybody. Not everybody. How about in this room? You try buying online? Raise your hand, please. Try buying online. Selling online. Selling. You sell something online and sell yourself. Good. That's very interesting. Me, I try both. Because I would like to know exactly how is the transaction as a buyer and as a seller. What is the difference or difficulty along the way? I need to understand that. So that's how we need to build as a leader first. We need to be digital. The games that I play with you at the beginning is part of development. Instead of coding, writing, we use technology. Now a lot of things it come with technology to apply. So to be, after that we do it. We try, do something with digital way, conduct, add up some system to be the startup team. And then when you know how it practice, how it runs, you can lead the others. So you need to be, mingle yourself in the world of online to understand what is the difference. Or even transfer money in the banking system. You need to understand all the bank system. I have around 5 banks application in my mobile phone because I would like to understand what is the difference of each bank. Which one is the best? And you know what is the best in Thailand? Application. K-Bank Kasikorn Bank is number 1. Okay, you can try that and I'll search for that detail later. Okay, this is a key part of Central Group that I will share with you all the practice. Sorry that I cannot show you detail, but I can tell story. Okay. How we cope with this leadership competency. The first one we talk about drive from strategy. What did Central do? It starts from the head. As you know that from the first founder, right, until now, we are 70 years retail business. And all about the top are family members. This generation totally changed. Top executives are not family members anymore. We welcome the experts, the real professional in the real business, in the digital world. We need the real expert who understand about digital. So we invite a lot of high executives, the former Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand. We invite the head of the former head of SCB, the bank, top one in Thailand to join the company. We hire the former leader of retail business in Europe to join to be the CEO of retail. Key executives like this will help us from the top. That's the strategy that we need to adapt. Because if we don't adapt this, stick to our own people, we might not see what is the new world. So after that, navigate the complex landscape. As we mentioned that last year we announced new Central in the economy and drive what happened in this year. And of course, Central aim to be the employer of choice. We joined Aon Hewitt, the top institute in Thailand to really vote what is the best company in Thailand. And we joined that as well. We relate a lot of activity to our people. One of the strategy that we have since 2006 is centrality concept. What does it mean, centrality concept? All around Thailand, we have 5,000 stores, and we plan to have 7,500 in the next 5 years. So from this, all the stores around Thailand, Central Group is #1 job creator in Thailand. Each year, we create 220,000 jobs per year from all across the group. So we have to raise the bar scale of quality of Thai people. Centrality is to work with the low quality, educate them, support their product to our business. Central Tham, also Tham means do in Thai. Creating shared value, that's another thing. Omni platform across BU, that's what we are doing as a project together. Omni means, because we have the store, right? When you go Central department store, they sell at the store. But we have another one, application online. Online and offline, you need to make sure you have the same stock number. You need to make sure you sell the same picture, the same product, to the customer to know. They order this online, but when they go to the shop, they see another thing. It shouldn't be that way. It should link together. CG challenge. You can apply this if you like. CG challenge, this is a new concept to really coach idea for executive. We have family mart like 7-Eleven, and we struck the pattern, the form of the convenience store. How come we compete 7-Eleven? A lot of executives think to design things, but then they came up, one of the person came up that why don't we listen to the new generation to help us think? And those new generation staff are not from this business unit, they are from the other. Out of the box, they come and join as a project team together and work present the concept to the business, and it's really successful. So we start from that point and turn to be the city challenge. We welcome all employees in Central Group to come up with idea as a project innovation. It can be product, process, or service. They come to this, pass the the judge. Okay, they will have the executive judge to see how is their proposal. If it works, we put them in the innovative camp. Design thinking, prototype, how it works, the pitching to the executive, all the project. If it works, they're gonna start with the reward of the project fund with that thing. That's the city challenge. And also we have another projects coming up from top executive, and we invite any staff who willing to try across business to do this project, to use their own skill. So we have a lot of people to help us do project automatically. We don't need to spend any money to other people. We don't need to hire experts from outside. We use our own people to collaborate, to innovate from inside. And also we have a lot of programs to build the innovation awareness. Design thinking is a part of it that we drive all across the EU. And design thinking not only to help people to think about project based, but for executive to use in workshop as well. The last one, talent and development approach. That's what my major area so far with Central. You know, to develop executive. Can you name some program to help in their leadership program? Any particular curriculum or small program one day? Can you name anything? Situational leadership. What else? Business acumen, financial acumen. There are a lot of things, even coaching, executive coaching. We have some, but not all, like I mentioned, some we don't use anymore. And the way of coaching for executive in Central Group is not coaching like from internal. We use external expert, the real business expert, to come and talk to our executive level. And we have reverse mentoring program. You know what it means? Reverse. Normally, who should be the mentor for executive? For general manager level, who should be the mentor?
Generally, functional boss.
Boss, right? Normally should be the functional boss first, or across function to add up, you know, perspective of the business as a mentor. But we use another way. We use new generation. Sit with the executive level. Learn from that new generation. That's what we call reverse mentoring program. Because if you don't understand the real customer in this millennial generation, you will not understand how to serve them properly. So our young generation in Management Associate program, they turn themselves to be the mentor for executive. So this is something that we apply on development. Okay? And when I mentioned about Management Associate program, I will show you later the details of this one. This is a new top management. We have the Nicolo just joined, Yon from the bank just joined as well. Normally we call retail and non-retail. So this and that to group as well. We have our own digital academy. We have Chief Technology Officer who drive this together, and we develop our own digital academy curriculum with Thammasat University. And this is the Management Associate program that I mentioned to drive young generation who just graduate master degree, and we develop them over 2 years to promote them to be general manager. So a lot of people coming to be kind of mid-management level in the year of age of 26, 27. I am 39 in the VP level. My boss, SVP beyond me, he's the same age as me. So a lot of mismanagement and also another level of management in Central Group nowadays, quite young. A lot of young people coming to help drive business in Central Group. So the program, they rotate, you know, to each function, and finally they will pick which one they're gonna grow to be the general manager. We have 5 streams for them. So far we welcome Thai candidates, and also now we welcome Vietnamese as well to grow in Vietnam location over there. That's how I would like to share how Central Group really cope with this digital disruption, how we prepare ourselves, especially with the top executive leaders of the company. So I hope that what I shared today would be a little bit useful or maybe very useful for you to apply in the future. So a part of the team, I hope that next year, if you don't go anywhere else, would like to update anything new with innovation, come back to Thailand again. Okay, thank you very much.
I believe this was a really worthy insights, and this was really great opportunity for us to listen from the business professional in the era of digital disruption like Ms. Anusha. Now I think, can we take some questions if they have for the clarification? Also, may I request all of you, but before that there is an announcement. We will continue another 2 hours. In between we will have 2 tea breaks. Since after the question and answer session, we'll go for the tea break, and in between we'll have another tea break before the lunch. So now, may I request to have some few questions?
Thank you. It's a nice presentation and really learning thing. So my question is that your group is using blockchain technology or Bitcoin. What about that?
The other technology that we're using?
Blockchain technology, new technology.
Oh, that one is a part of the finance team.
Finance team.
Yes. They use it, but they don't apply it. We plan to apply the blockchain without the one card, but it's still in the process.
Is allowed in Thailand, Bitcoin?
No, it's not legal in Thailand.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
It's not legal in Thailand.
I have a question.
Yes?
Good morning. I am Mohammad Ali, Associate Member of ICML. I have 2 questions, especially based on your lecture. The quality that you have defined for the management should be, ownership of those qualities should be taken from the chairman or owner of the organization. That means growth from the top is required. Management is tackling the disruption, but decision taking is from the chairman or president, who is the owner. How to teach the owner? May you say something on this? And my second question, for handling the disruption, you are hiring people from especially Europe or America who have proven competency in this sector. And you are also nursing talent people to adapt the changes or disruptions in future for junior management or middle management. Do you have any opportunity for the foreign people or foreign employees to adapt in your organization to learn something about the digital disruption management? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very good question. The first one that you asked about the quality to make decision, right? We drive the quality of people to innovate, to do a lot of things, but finally, should we wait for final decision from the top executive or not? I think it's from the culture that we drive. In Central Group, as I mentioned, a lot of people from young generation turn to be the management level nowadays. So we build the empower culture now. Empower is very important because it makes everything fast. You need to let people fail. You let people fail. You need to allow and build that culture. It's very important. It's not that easy at the beginning, I have to say, not that easy. But you need to start from project by project and let all the results prove that. Empower people, let them fail, but fail cheap, not fail expensive. That kind of thing, it creates something that makes a fast decision from another level, not only the top anymore. Yeah. And when we create the project, we give the priority of making decision to project manager, not this chairman anymore. Yeah. And the second one that you asked, to welcome other people to share the digital point of view to executive level. Or we do have the session of like sharing from across generation. That's very important, because they share the consumer needs, the way that they would like to apply. And we have one summit, one forum like business case. We have executive observe the answer of our young manager level, how they show the point of view of digital disruption. They listen from that, they grab, and then take action after that workshop.
Morning. We have seen one slide where you have shown the top 10 challenges you are going to face in future. And
Yes.
out of that, and second one, the failure to retain the top talent. What is the strategy the group is following?
Okay.
Another one.
Yeah.
Question that is, you have explained the term CSR, the replacement of CSR. You are using CSP.
SCB.
Getting shared value.
The order?
Oh, CSP, okay, CSP, yes.
Yeah. Just again, you just explain
A little bit more about it, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Go back to the first one about challenge, the first question. The strategy that we do with the next generation is to attract new generation to be the talent in our program. We develop them, we groom them in the picture of future leader that we would like them to be. And one more thing, like I mentioned, when you develop these people, clear direction, clear competency is need to be defined first. That's the strategy. Make sure you have competency ready to define. And then develop this young generation. So build future. And how about to attract a lot more to digital team, because we have a very good head of chief technology, chief digital team to help drive, and also Nicolo, he has a lot of connection. So he invite a lot of people from the market, very good to help our central to drive. And the second one that you mentioned, CSP, the creating shared value. For example, we have people, we have education community, okay? Let's say, for example, when we go to one school in the up country, we're not just giving them stationery or books. We form the workshop with teacher, student, and parents of the students who live around that local, to help drive what they really need to make their life better. What central group can support that activity, can support some resources? Is there any expert you need? We will find from our team to help shape. For example, logistics, packaging, a lot of things, we have our own expert. We help them drive that activity. So the school can practice from this, and the students learn how to make a profit of the small thing, bring the concept to the house, to the family, create the product, support back to the business. So these are the whole cycle that we create, share value together.
Yeah, as you have rightly mentioned, that among your strategies for people, technology, and employee, you mostly focus on people. Definitely that should be the case. What is the fastest growing digitally disruptive company in Thailand now? And how would you compare your company's strategies with that fastest growing company, digitally disruptive company?
Very good question, because when I prepare this slide, I think of our competitor as well. But I just mentioned the word competitor, right? Actually, in the real innovation or disruption world, we don't have competitor. We have only winner and loser in the future. So I think what we are doing now is how to see our strength first. What is the strength that we have, You don't need to keep competing everybody all the time. You know what you have. You know what you can make it new from your strengths, to compete them or to win the whole business. And that's how we put the strategy way.
A lot of challenges we need to go through for this transformation, right? So can you mention one challenge that you couldn't overcome yet?
In Central Group, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's simple. Like I mentioned, we focus on people. And look how many people in Central Group, 80,000. And the first step, they need to be digital first. That's the most challenging one, to be digital. That's why we have the talent program, to be the key people, key position people that we would like them to help us drive this strategy. Because if only drive from top, from corporate office only, you cannot make it in time. Everything changes fast. They are the key person first. This is the first strategy that we do it from our challenge. Okay, talent and also people. Okay, we have a lot of people in our company to really change their behavior, to understand the system, to understand the new tools, new technology that we implement behind the store, at the corporate office, in the office, normal admin work. A lot of things, people who work for Central Group, they work for many years, over 20 years. So imagine how is their age now. To change their behavior, to be digital person, it's not that easy. That's the challenge thing.
Okay,
yeah.
Nazrul Bhai, this is the second last question, then Kausar Bhai, because we have to wrap up for the tea.
Yeah. One question. Are you listed with your stock exchange? Are you listed? Listed company?
Actually, no.
What is the reason?
We have, because this is a different from another company, we don't have in the stock exchange, but we have one, let's say Central Group, not in the stock exchange, a part of one business unit. We have CPN, Central Patana. They develop about the asset. Only this company under the stock exchange market, because this company make a lot of profit compared to the whole business. This one is in the stock market and very successful, but the others are not.
Dr. Mahmood, we are running behind.
I think we can take the last question. In fact, Abzal Bhai.
Okay, my question is a very quick question actually. In your one of the slide, key value propositions of Central Group, so it is answering everything. Would you explain on that? What do you mean by that? Answering everything.
Which one?
In your key value propositions.
Key position, right?
Yes. Answering everything. What do you do actually over there?
To make sure to know that which one is a key position to your company, we have again the strategy workshop among the top executive first, and we will identify from top level which key area that we are needing to each business unit as a key position. After we identify already, we nominate person within each business unit to be the talent. But we have a lot of criteria to identify someone to be the talent in the company. We have our own criteria.
Okay, I think we are running short of time. I'm really apologize to wrap up. But just one insight I want to share from my experiences, because I deal with 300 companies on Southeast Asia for the 4 years, and I dig very deeply. One very common thing we can get from the Thai experience is that's the ownership structure. Here the ownership structure is a family ownership structure. Which Nazrul Bhai has mentioned that the same reason, that is why Central Group is not listed. That's it, they have a deep fear to lose the control. And this is also one of the key challenges for them to overcome, which they have overcome in case of composing the management But in terms of the map, like ownership structure, still this is a concentrated ownership structure, like other Southeast Asian country, and particularly this thing is replicated in the context of Bangladeshi corporate, but size can be different. So thank you very much for your listening, and learning is the key. And now let's please if you just
আমরা একটা গ্রুপ ফটো নিব প্লিজ সবাই একটু চলে আসেন আমরা দুই তিনটা রো উপরে
Dr. Nong, would you come?
Practice a little more. Okay, we will do the we will build a house. Yeah, one for each person. But this time you have limited resource. Only 5 pieces. You can only use 5 pieces to build a house. With 2 minutes. Start now. Only 5 pieces to build a house. This is for them. like destroy all the pieces and do the next exercise. Okay. Your hand. Okay. Explain to your group. Okay. Explain to your friend. How does this represent your typical days at work? The one in your hand, the creation in your hand. Okay? Tell your friend how it represents typical day in your work. Okay? Like this, you have it. So explain how this represents typical day at your work. Okay, tell it. So we take turn in the group. Okay? To tell. What is it?
আমরা ঘুমাই রাত্রে কাজ করি কারণ এটা করে দূর থাকে তো কাজ করে তো কাজ
Alright, this is his work.
Conceptually, my knowledge I gain from my day-to-day work. Like various knowledge, not is a single one type of knowledge, it's various knowledge I gain. It's like a building block. Knowledge my first day of work and to continue my up-to-date. It's a up-to-date knowledge, it's various type of knowledge, various colorful. So I gain multi-knowledge from my work day by day, and as a professional, like as a fulfilled, as a high level of knowledge I gain, and at top of all the knowledge, combining as a full professional, right? What's equal in my organization as a top level of executive, like CEO. Thank you.
Okay. Everybody give him a hand.
I will say this is the gray one. This is my job, and I have money for the job, and everything depends on the green one. This is my family. Red one, this is the society. Then blue one, this is my vision. Then white one, this is the global and social responsibility. So this is very weak one. If you put it in your table, it is very sad. So one shall shake one. So my everything, but if I can reverse here, if I create it like this one, that is if my life combine society, family, and other things, it will become a stronger one. So this is why I meant if we just invest everything on our job, it is a weak one. And if we mingle or if we combine with the family, social, and other things knowledge, then it will become a stronger one.
I think you're beginning to be imagining it now. So let's work in group now. Okay, we will have a little competition here, right, among the groups. Okay, are you ready for the challenge? Okay, build the tallest tower in 2 minutes, but the tower has to be able to stand on its own. You have 2 minutes. The tallest tower. Then you can stand. One group, one tower. Okay, one group, one tower. Tallest tower.
বাংলাদেশের ম্যাপ বানায় বানানো হয়েছে।
Actually, I saw very, very good work. Yeah, here, but we have limited of time. So we would like to have only 3 groups to share, to tell the story about how your work represents Bangladesh. Okay, which group want to be?
Bangladesh. The outer border is Bangladesh map, and at one portion you will find some trees, deer representing our nature. natural heritage Sundarban. And some soldiers, green soldiers is our freedom fighter. We know in 1971 we got independence. And other color soldiers, they are lying down, they got defeated, Pakistani soldiers. And this is representing our Jatiyo.
They attacked us and killed our so many intellectual assets like knowledge person, and they attack all the persons.
This is our Purdal Hasina. This is our future building, Purdal Hasina.
Please take a group picture. Very nice, very nice.
The lord of 1700 historically like Purdal Khalifa. This is kind of awesome. This is the picture of our
This picture is scenario of this world.
Be the first topic. Okay, it is about what we are here today. So, in 10 minutes, I give you 10 minutes, right, to build the role of the leader in the era of digital disruption. Okay, I give you 10 minutes, and every group will have to present. Okay? It starts now. Okay, start. You can build the role of the leader in the era of digital disruption. Yeah, you can use the same list. That's it. Okay, your vision, how you look at the leadership, and how you see the digital disruption, either threat or opportunity. Okay, whether it's good thing or the bad thing, you have to represent it with your labels, with your work. So you continue to use the same building, the same thing, or you want to modify it, or you want to build the new thing completely. Anything that represents your view of the leadership. Okay, that what kind of leadership that you are facing, what kind of situation you are facing, okay, and how you will deal with it. Okay, this is a little bit abstract, but I know you can do it. You can use your imagination. Okay, now you can start now. Okay, so everybody is still not clear, so please raise your hand.
Yes, then first finalize. আমি একটু বলি the role of the leader.
Yeah, so what do you think the role of the leader is to represent?
মডার্ন টেকনোলজি তুমি কি অ্যাডপ্ট করবা যাতে বিল্ডিংটা এই যে জিনিসগুলো how you protect this
purposes, but I want to assure that this is the
role the leader in the era of digital disruption. So initially, we try to find out the context. Context is what due to disruption, digital disruption, what is getting obsolete slowly. The nature, trees fell down, and urbanization is going on, and we describe the context.
I think every leader should have the quality of adaptability. In this, our group work was about the liberation work. In this matter,
they destroyed the village or the area where the rookies are.
You hear that? You heard that?
To the e-system so that everything can be controlled.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mohammad Harun Rashid. On behalf of my group, I present this. Special thanks to Dr. Noor for your nice topics. Actually, the role of a business leader in the economic growth is very important. The leader should be visionary, and the communication is the main role to connect with the stakeholders in the business and with the business product and everything. So the role of his, and he should be the visionary man for the future, the change order of coming future. So that is more important to know the future. Without knowing the future, the product development and other things, his role will not be the proper actual. Number 3, he has to digitally literacy. He has to know the change of the digitalization and everything. Otherwise, the adaptability and other things will not come, and the role of a leader will not be perfectly reflect in the business. Thirdly, he must be a risk-taking people. Without taking the risk, no one can do the better. So risk-taking is more important for the business leader. Thirdly, the adaptability. The changes management comes suddenly, so he has the adaptability of to take the adapt the changes in his business. So all these things, if a business leader can properly do his role to the perfectly, the business growth will becomes, and he will be the success leader in the business arena. Thank you, everyone.
Explain the role of a leader. The leader should be technology friendly. She must encourage the new evolving technology. He should also avoid the corporate ego to handle the challenges. That's all. Thank you.
One thing we have to compare with this, there are some general quality the leader should have. that is for all. But in the era of digital disruption, a leader should possess a few characteristics. Before telling that, I want to explain one example. As you know, few months back, the CEO of Nokia, he has expressed his weakness of Nokia failed to comply with the changes of the new era, and that's why they have failed in their business. So a good leader in the current digital disruption era, he should cope up with the changes.
So the role of the leader in the era of digital disruption. So leader should know the people, process and technology. Within the three combination, leader lead the nation. So at this moment, we are in the digital era. Without adoption, without taking the technology advantage, we can't, by any leader, can't go. And another thing, leader never die. The leadership will flow the generation to generation, and the leader who is the perfect leader, that means all leader are just the icon, or the sometimes can be a god in few moments. So we think the digital in the digital era, leader should lead the people for development. The development is the sustainable development for long term. The vision will be 100 years, 200 years. For example, we are making here a building that we will support the 10G. Now 5G is coming, so our link would be 10G. Our vision is 100, 200 years. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say something about the digital disruption. What is the role of a leader of the digital disruption? I humbly present some of the key points that a leader should belong to. First of all, a leader must assess the environment and which the company is working on. Because proper assessment, the leader cannot find out what they will do. The second one, when the assessment is somehow, some way, we must look for the opportunity present or prevailing as the digital disruption process and find out the threats that comes to the present business. Another thing, not all time digital disruption completely sweep away the present position. We know the online newspaper or online media cannot totally sweep away the news print media. So a digital leader can also find or think something that in the present situation may have opportunity for some niche market, that is specialized one with some value addition. The third one, what are the opportunities coming to the company, the new opportunities, and to cover to take the opportunity, the strength and weakness of the company, and what are the strengths and what are the weakness. We don't commonly say SWOT analysis. Then we must look for the technology it needs to cope up with the changing environment. The technology may come in different ways, greenfield investment, amalgamation, taking over the other company. That is very, very popular for the third world countries. Then the communication. Communication is a very, very key to a good leader, because what he thinks, if he keeps it in him, it doesn't work. So it must disseminate to all the executives first, then come down to the at a level, so that what are the opportunities, what are the threats, how their profession is changing,
And if they fail to come up with a change of the chain, how they will perish. So these key message must communicate to all the employees of the company. And finally, and then so a training may be needed or any other means so that the organization, the people or employees can understand the position. And the whole process should be conducted by a team. The team select a leader, and under the leader, the team will work in a holistic manner. Thank you.
Just the one of the representation is good. The context of Bangladesh, the leadership will be must be a big visionary for the future, because Bangladesh is now in such economic stage. It is now moderate. Previously it was low, but it has that opportunity to become a higher growth. So, the leaders should analyze opportunity in Bangladesh, because in Bangladesh now we are passing the democratic benefit stage. So, that democratic benefit stage, if we can use resource properly, and we have the enough resources everywhere, but we cannot utilize it properly due to lot of shortcomings. And we did not put up our goal long term. Now we are in the stage to develop the long term goal, and so that we can overcome other things. For this reason, we need to attract our local and foreign partners. So now local and foreign partners started their activities to overcome the all shortcomings in the stage of electrification, in the stage of transportation, in the stage of other shortcomings, even in the stage of the digital system. Now we have another strong area. We have all the nations are in an identity database. So use of that database, we can easily reach all. So we are in the stage of the electronic payment system also, and we accept this system all over the country.
Make one Jew. So we are taking a Jew as an example. Think about a Jew. In the era of information technology, we are thinking about information technology. That means whatever we are doing, whatever we are making, we are incorporating our information technology. Think about you are buying your ticket from online. Think about when you enter into a Jew before the barcode in your hand. So you are always monitored with the system. We are ensuring the security. Security is the most thing for the customer, for the animals we have in the Jew. And information technology is actually giving you the more comfortness. Actually, we have to ensure those. And we have to save the resources. For example, we are going to toilet. So in Bangladesh, you can see we waste a lot of water. So information technology will use to save the water. We will save the electricity. And another thing is that we have to think about the CSR. You know, we are in the society, so we have to think, because there are a lot of voice, right, that can harm the society. So we have to think about that. We will use the technology to ensure there is no harm to the society. And health, you know, we have the animals in our zoo, so we have to ensure the health. So we can think about the medicine, right? Then another thing is that actually we have to make customer focused. We have to give the most comfort to our customers, and we have to develop our people. the people who are working for us in the shoe. So we have to always train them, teach them to deliver the most services to our customers. And these are the things, actually a lot of things. Actually, the role of a leader never be changed, whether this is digital or this is not digital. Digital information technology we used to make the things secure in more comfort. That is the main differences. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
So we have so little time, so we have to end now. So I hope